What's good, y'all? This is a very rare occurrence. We're in the middle of a three-peat right now for the Jacob Blocks YouTube channel. 3 videos in 3 days, but there's a lot going on in the NBA right now, and I can't leave you guys hanging. Of course, in case you missed it, in this video, we're going over the trade where the Boston Celtics sent over Jrue Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers in exchange for Anfernee Simons and 2 second-round picks. This happened late last night, and I woke up to the news and decided I want to come on here and talk to you guys. I was kind of unsure if I wanted to make a video about this trade because, in my opinion, which I could be wrong, I think that there are more moves going forward for both of these teams, honestly. If we check back a year from today, I think it's very possible that both Anfernee Simons and Jrue Holiday are both on different teams than what they are on right now. But nonetheless, I did want to come on here and give a little bit of a breakdown on this trade. First, I want to start from the Celtics perspective. They are giving up Jrue Holiday, who was a key contributor to their championship team, in exchange for a younger guard, Anfernee Simons, and then also 2 second-round picks. First off, I'm very surprised that they are the ones getting the draft capital in this trade, considering they're getting the younger player. They're getting off the contract of Jrue Holiday, which we were rumored since they got eliminated that they were looking to move off of Jrue Holiday, maybe even Porzingis, try to get under that second apron, you know, fix their cap situation up a little bit more. Again, I'm very surprised that they didn't have to give up second-round draft compensation, but in exchange, they're actually getting it. So shout out to the Celtics for being able to get some more draft capital. But when you look at just the player-for-player exchange, Anfernee Simons, like I said, is a younger player. He's only 26 years old right now. And then also when you look at his skill set, I think he's going to fit perfectly in this Boston Celtics offense because my man Anfernee Simons can shoot the ball from deep, catch and shoot, off the dribble. He is a certified shooter, and obviously the Boston Celtics love to shoot the ball, so he's going to fit in perfectly there. I also like his passing. You know, I don't think he's a true point guard, but he can make the right passes, and especially in a system like the Celtics that really empower passing and empower ball movement. Between the shooting and the ball movement, I really like his fit here offensively. And notice I am saying offensively because defensively, Anfernee Simons is not the best defender. You know, he has some length and decent size for a guard, but he doesn't really have the tools beyond that to be a good defender, and he isn't really a good defender. And I know the Celtics, they love to switch everything. They love to give that high intensity, the ball pressure. I don't know how much or how effective Anfernee Simons can be defensively in this Celtics scheme. Obviously, the Celtics have some players that aren't the best defenders, like Peyton Pritchard comes right to mind. He usually, when he's on the court, is the guy that gets hunted by the opposing team. Anfernee Simons is just another guy now that the Celtics are going to have in their rotation that can be hunted. A lot of teams have multiple of these guys that get hunted on the defensive side of the ball, but for the Celtics, this is a downgrade because they went from having barely 1 on the roster, or in the rotation rather, to now 2 solidified hunted guys, or guys that you would want to hunt when they're on the defensive end. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm not too certain that the Celtics are going to hold on for Anfernee Simons for long. I do think he will start the season as a Celtic, but around that trade deadline, I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics want to move off of him because he is on the last year of his contract. Right now, he's only making a little bit over $25 million, but I can almost guarantee you that he will want more when it comes to signing his new contract. I could very easily see him getting anywhere from $30 to low $40 million per year, especially depending on how he plays in the Celtics team. With no Jason Tatum, he's going to have a decently big role on the offensive side of the ball. And because of that, you know, they moved Jrue Holiday because of cap situation and financial reasons. I would highly doubt that they would want to pay Anfernee Simons that $35 to $40 million that he will probably ask for in this coming offseason. So I could very easily see them saying, all right, but there's no Jason Tatum. The East is weak, but, you know, we're not really looking to really win that championship, make that deep playoff push. So we're going to give the keys slightly to Anfernee Simons. It's still Jaylen Brown's team as of right now, but Anfernee Simons, go out there, shoot your shots, you know, do you, play your type of hoops. That will build up his trade value a little bit, and then maybe they'll flip him at the trade deadline for someone else who is under contract, more draft capital. I'm not too sure. All I know is Anfernee Simons is definitely, he has his ceiling for his value in a trade is way higher than Jrue Holiday's ceiling in a trade. So I like that move for that reason. For that though, we will have to wait and see. Obviously, I could be wrong and he stays on the Celtics all of next year. They re-sign him, they extend him. I'm not too sure. That's just from my perspective. I have a feeling that he will be moved off the Celtics. I think they're going to try to build up his value and then flip him for something else. But kind of throwing that out the window for the grade on this trade, because that's all speculation. Just for the trade, the value that they got in this trade, I'm going to give them a B+ grade. Like I said originally, I'm very surprised that they're actually acquiring draft capital. It's only 2 seconds, so it's nothing crazy, but I am very surprised that they're getting draft capital in this trade. I think just player for player, obviously Jrue Holiday and Anfernee Simons do much different things. They're around similar players, I think. I think if you're ranking all the NBA, they're going to be close in that range. But obviously with the contract situation, the age situation, I do like the pickup of Anfernee Simons. Now to switch perspectives over to the Portland Trailblazers. For the last few seasons, it feels like Anfernee Simons has been on the trade block. There's been rumors about the Blazers wanting to move off of him. Obviously, they have other young guards that kind of make it a little bit of a logjam there with Scoot Henderson, with Shaedon Sharpe, and then Anfernee Simons. They all are those, you know, point guard to shooting guard. You can't obviously play all three of them at once, really, so it makes sense that Anfernee, who's the oldest, is the odd man out. But at the bare minimum, this trade just opens up more opportunity for Scoot Henderson to get more of an offensive role, for Shaedon Sharpe to get more of an offensive role, maybe put the ball in Danny Avdia's hands a little bit more as well. And I do like it from that perspective because the Blazers have a lot of young talent. So right now they kind of just have to shift through, see who they want to move off of, who they could see becoming like their guy. So I think this is just the beginning of that process. And like I said with the Celtics, it wouldn't surprise me if Jrue Holiday is moved off of this team, whether that's before the season starts, at the trade deadline, in next year's offseason. I don't think that Jrue Holiday will be staying in Portland long term. Again, could be wrong, it's just speculation, but that's just the vibes that I'm getting right now. But if we're just looking at what they have right now, I do like the pickup of Jrue Holiday to be that veteran leadership guy, to add some more defense, because the Blazers had a surprisingly good defense last year. Obviously with rookie Donovan Clingan holding down the paint, they have Rob Williams still on this team. Matisse Thybulle was hurt for a majority of last year, but he's a very good defender. Obviously Toumani Camara as well. They have the pieces to be a very good defense, and now adding in a guy like Jrue Holiday that can even build that up more. But I do like Jrue Holiday's fit here. I feel like he could fit on majority of NBA teams. I like that he's a low maintenance guy. I like that he's bringing veteran leadership. He can be an on-ball, more point guard type of guy where he's using some playmaking and getting other people involved. Or he can be more of that off-ball, like wing almost, where he's just spotting up, he's cutting, he's rebounding for his size. You know, like he can do a lot to fit in very seamlessly with this Portland Trailblazers team, so I really do like that. And then again, at that same time, any contending team would love to have a guy like Jrue Holiday on their team. So at the bare minimum, he's salary filler for a bigger trade, or he's a way to get even more assets onto this roster. If I had to give it a grade for the Portland Trailblazers, I would probably give it a B-. I don't like that they gave up draft capital. I think they could have found a way to maybe even get in draft capital. Could be wrong, but that's just my idea of it. So that's my only like caveat to this trade for the Blazers. Overall though, I do like this trade for both teams. I do think it's a very interesting trade, a very surprising trade too. I did not really think that Anfernee Simons was on the Celtics radar, but it should be fun. I'm excited to see what he looks like on the Celtics. Let me know in the comments below who you think won this trade. Do you think it's Portland? Do you think it's Boston? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In the description, there's links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch y'all.